welcome back to another Wayfinder video. We are literally less than 24 hours away, and we still got some character to talk about. So today we're gonna go ahead and talk about Senja, from her abilities to a weapon to her backstories, and of course, before we hop into all that, I do want to give a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting over at patreon.com/Maconn, subscribing over on twitch.tv/troymaconn, or hitting that wonderful join button below. And of course, you can help out in any way. Feel free to check out the links in the description for that. And also a big thank you to 1K for subscribing at the Lunar Till over on Patreon. Thank you, my dudes. And with Wayfinder coming up, and with us streaming it tomorrow starting at noon Central. Now is the time, because we need to go ahead and talk about Senja. So to start off with Senja here, there is a couple things to keep in mind about her. This is another class that is going to be a little more tanky, and also got a very unique mechanic to her, which we will get to. But because of that, this is a more complex character to start off here. And as you can see by her stats, she is pretty decent as far as support and control. But obviously, our main draw here is defense, and I guess also a little bit of offense. But defense is where she thrives. So from there, let's get into why she is so good at defense. What exactly her abilities are. So to start off with her ability, the thing to keep in mind about Senja is she's very much a showboaty type of class, and her whole gimmick is pretty much wrapped around showboating. So to start off, we do have our gladiator plumber. So this technique is of course made up of you doing a melee attack with a follow up punch. And of course, as you hold down a dip button for that punch, it will increase the damage it will do, as well as give you a boot to your net weapon attack. So that might be a very good way to very much start hitting with a crap ton of combos here with linking these between attacks. As you can see, the showboating bit does require a little bit of a startup time. So finding the zap moment to showboat is going to be the main highlight of this ability. And our next ability is gain favor. So how this is going to operate, just like the punch ability with having the ability to hold down a button to showboat, you also going to be able to showboat heal. But the main distance that you're going to be getting from that is of course on elite that will of course taunt the enemies, and of course pull aggro towards her, and it will also not only taunt the enemy but also put a boost on a Senja, as well as everyone in the party surrounding her. So as you can see, this is pretty much a normal provoke you with any other MMO, but it does give your opponent to you and your team in the main reason to do this. And our next ability is lightning grab. So this will of course give you the ability to use lightning to pull enemy to you. So let's say an enemy is not wanting to stay aggro for whatever reason, or if one of your teammates are very close to death and you need to get their attention right then and there, this is a perfect ability to pull the enemy towards you to then hit, hopefully with a combo if you're good enough for it. And once again, this is very much a savior ability, especially for party play. And Senja last ability here is grand final. So this ability itself is of course mainly to attack enemy that are farther away from you, since you will charge up and zip toward them, as you can see here. But not only will it close the distance between you and the enemy, but it will also fill up your crowd favor, which in return will play into Senja provoke ability as well. So this is going to be a very good way to get in there if an enemy is trying to dash away, if you want to go ahead and take the fight to them directly, especially if you can't pull for whatever reason. This will be your net best step to get in close to get the enemy attacking you. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into her passive and weapon ability here. So as we just talked about with crowd favor and the whole building up a meter, the whole provoking stuff, and showboating stuff as well, or special ability or passive ability in that case is all tied to that. So all the abilities that come from gaining favor with showboating will in return take in to fill up a ball hill, and as the ball pretty much fill up hill with all the favor and provoking, you will get a reduction to damage token. So you're going to be taking a little less damage, as well as of course increasing her attack damage and ability power as well. So pretty much it's a whole gimmick around her is not only being the tank and keeping aggro, but also building up the favor that will then give you a bonus to your attack and defenses. So once again, by using the ability and how you fill this up, so you can do this ability. So it's going to be a lot of rotation and a lot of depthness, as you can see, to her. But let's go ahead and talk about our default weapon, which is a giant two-handed sword heal, plus its weapon type heal. So once again, if you like big two-handed sword or just playing a tanky character, once again, might be another reason to look into her. And then we have our weapon ability, which honestly seems pretty strong for the most part here, with Gladiator Slice. So what they will do is very quickly do some melee attacks that will boost your net ability that you will have with Gladiator Slice. So by using it once, you will do the melee damage, boost your Gladiator Slice to be used again, and while performing the Gladiator Slice the second time, it would deal extra damage up to 2 times. So this is going to be a great way to do damage if you're planning on using a central weapon. Now you know how Senja is going to play, let's go ahead, throw it over to Luna, and get her backstory.
Senja is a legend across the Avar Imperium, the greatest champion ever to grace the arena. Where many gladiators face death with grim resolve, Senja delights in every battle. Even now, Senja still hears the crowds when she fights, still imagines the cheering throngs urging her on. In truth, she loves battle because it is a distraction from her pain. Senja comes from the dominion of the Seven Winds, a place where arcane magic is woven into everyday life, where arcanists and war masters alike wield power over the elements. While she is far from home, the storm still answers her call. She is the last of the Iron Sisters, a proud order of deadly warriors. She doesn't talk about what happened to her sisters. But there is no question that their loss is a knife in her heart, that whatever happened in the Dominion drove Senja to the other side of the world and into the endless distraction of the arena. Now that the gloom has swallowed the arena, Senja needs a new battle to distract her from her pain, and the gloom is the greatest enemy of all. Senja is a fearless warrior and an indomitable foe. But as an echo returned from the gloom, there's much she can't remember. She remembers fighting alongside the Iron Sisters, but she cannot remember exactly how they fell. She remembers countless battles in the arena, but she knows she can't remember every enemy she faced. Could forgotten enemies come back to haunt her?
And there you have it. There, everything you need to know about Senja, from, like I said, backstory to weapon to ability, and hopefully you have found the video helpful. If so, do the thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the wonderful bells below, and of course, let me know below, are you going to be playing Azul around launch, or are you going to be playing someone else? Let me know below, because we still got 2 more characters to go into a deep dive about, and a court film video will be coming up very soon. So make sure you do all that so you don't miss out on the Wayfinder video. And once again, I will be live with Wayfinder at 45 till noon Central Standard Time here on YouTube and Twitch tomorrow. Since tomorrow is the big release date for Wayfinder, and you better believe we are jumping in. So hopefully I will see you there, or maybe you want to stop by just to see how Wayfinder is. I will welcome you and answer all questions that I can, since we have been playing a decent amount of Wayfinder over the last 6 months or so. So be sure to come on by and say hi. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do it for me, and I will be seeing you in the comments.